What better way to revive a dead channel than to go with Welcome to Dead House, the very first Goosebumps book. Alright, that's right, I'm back, baby, because college has taken up a lot of my time, got midterms and tests and stuff. But I'm back, and I'm here to talk about Goosebumps. And we're going to start off with a premiere Goosebumps book, To My Return, which is the very first Goosebumps book that ever came out. And I would argue is actually one of the darkest Goosebumps books. And spoiler alert, this is actually my favorite OG62 as of right now. I've read books like The Haunted Mask, Cuckoo Clock. I've read Werewolf of Fever Swamp, The Haunted School. I've read Say Cheese and Die. Some of those reviews will be upcoming. But this is actually my favorite book still. This is an amazing book. It is one of the darkest Goosebumps books you will ever read, which is funny that it's the very first one because it makes you think Stine cannot replicate this again. But that's what makes it so magical as well. And also, it's just a little bit of nostalgia. This is the very first one. This is like essentially Goosebumps royalty. This is the one that started it. And there's even supposed to be a sequel that never came, Stine. I'm gonna need that. All right, I got ransom letters on your children. I got ransom letters on your dogs. I'm ready to go. All right, listen, I will find you, dude. I'm gonna take this to a classic Western. I'm gonna tie you to a railroad track. All right, and I'm gonna hold you at ransom, and you're gonna have to drop that Happy Holidays from Dead House sequel. Now, I'm broke as hell. So it's not gonna be an actual train track. It'll be one of those like model ones, like the ones you get on Christmas. It's gonna be one of those model ones I got on Christmas. Like it's not gonna hurt you, but like it's kind of like Chinese drip torture where if the toy train keeps bumping into your head, you're eventually going to give in, all right? That's the new form of torture that I got going on because you don't want to drop that Happy Holidays from Dead House, all right? But for now, I'm going to enjoy the original you made, which is still pretty awesome, and for right now satisfies me until we get that sequel, which it better be good because if it's not, I'm going to have to start investing in some stocks and get a real train. All right. Without further ado, let's get into the review of Welcome to Dead House, the very first Goosebumps book. If you like this video, be sure to subscribe, be sure to like the video, and be sure to comment down below your own thoughts and opinions on the book. Did you agree or disagree with me? And also, be sure to check out the rest of my channel. I have other Goosebumps videos on here. Be sure to check them out. So what's this book about? A brief synopsis of the book is that you have a brand new family that's coming, which I forgot their name, but brand new family that's coming in. You have Amanda and you have her brother Josh, and basically they've moved into a place called Dark Falls, and they're moving into this house which is very dark and dingy and looks abandoned, and right away they're kind of freaked out by it. They get this bad vibe from it. Their dog, they have like a little white terrier. He's acting a little bit strange too. He's barking a lot at the real estate agent whose name is Compton Dawes, Mr. Dawes for short. He's barking at him. He doesn't like the property. He's kind of acting irrational. And they're like, yo, our dog never acts like this. Why is he acting like this? And Josh and Amanda are looking at the house, and they're not happy with it. Josh isn't happy with it because they had to leave their friends behind and their old, basically, neighborhood behind to move here, right? Amanda talks about the moment with her best friend, which is very emotional. She talks about the moment with her best friend where they met up. They were talking to each other, and when they were hanging out that day, it sort of felt awkward. There was a lot of awkward silences, and it didn't feel like a real goodbye. And then right before she was about to leave, they both started crying and hugging each other and saying, we'll see each other, don't worry. We're going to text every day, I'm going to miss you. And then that was a very emotional moment, and it's a very realistic moment, too, that Stine gives you that makes you relate to when you have to move away from your old life into this new life. And basically you get this kind of emotional tug. Josh is upset. He had to leave behind his friends. He's not happy with it. But the parents are super excited. They're super happy. Mr. Dawes is kind of making it like, yo, you'll adjust to this neighborhood. You'll like it, I'm sure. You'll get used to this house. And Mr. Dawes is this very charismatic, warming guy. So they're like, you know what? Might give it a chance. But the house is creepy as shit. It looks abandoned, it looks dark, it looks dingy, it looks like there's silhouettes in the shadows, it's all rickety, and there's sort of the aura behind it. There's this looming dead tree, and basically the whole neighborhood is very quiet. It looks like nobody lives on this neighborhood, and everyone, the kids pick up on this weird stuff, but then the parents don't. So they start, they trust, they start moving their stuff into this house. They accept the house, and as they're moving in, when Amanda is going upstairs, She happens to believe she saw somebody. She saw this boy in her room, and it's storming outside. So as the lightning flashes in her dark room and the dark hallway, she sees a boy standing there, and she freaks out. She goes to her parents, and then they run upstairs, and they don't find anybody. They're looking around, they can't find anybody. And she starts thinking she might be crazy, but she swears that she saw somebody in the house. And this sort of pattern continues on throughout the book where, they're investigating their neighborhood, they're investigating the house, and Amanda and Josh both are kind of losing their mind. She swears that she's seeing people in the house and they keep disappearing. She swears that when she sleeps at night, she's hearing noises, she's hearing whispering, she's hearing people inside of her room, outside of her room. And Josh says that he has these, vivid, scary dreams of people walking into his room and waking him up. And, Amanda's like, I've been, don't call me crazy, but what you're dreaming, I've been almost physically experiencing every night that I'm sleeping here. And they're both on edge. And then you get this terrifying dream sequence where basically Amanda talks about how she has this dream where her family is at the dining table and they are all skeletons. They have pieces and chunks of rotting green flesh attached to their skeletal bodies, and in the pile of where their dinner is supposed to be is a pile of bones, moldy bones with green rotting flesh on it, and it is disturbing. And it's like, I guess, foreshadowing death in the family. She freaks out. She's like, what does this mean? What is this an omen of? And then as all these experiences happen, like, we have to get out of the house. They start exploring the, neighborhood, trying to figure out. They meet a friend, they meet a boy who takes them out to meet some other kids. And overall, as the story progresses, you will start finding out some secrets to Dark Falls. And essentially, not everything is as it seems. These omens tie to some bigger picture, and there's a reason why these dark feelings attributed to Dark Falls may come into fruition. And there is validity behind it. There may be some urban legends involved. There may be some things going on. And yeah, this is basically a story about uncovering the mystery to a very terrifying neighborhood, a very terrifying house, and what exactly happened. And it is so dark, so sinister. Towards the climax, you get some unbelievable body horror and gore explained in vivid detail that I was sitting there and I'm like, yeah, I can understand why Goosebumps parents are like, yo, F that. Nope, you're not reading this, kids. All right, you any type of satanic stuff, any type of crazy stuff, any type of dark stuff you bring into this household, you could take it all the way outside, because you ain't coming in my household with that. So obviously they didn't want their kids to get scarred. There's a lot of dark stuff in this book, but as an adult, that's why I love it so much. I love the fact that Stine went this dark, because that climax has so much tension, so much stakes. Once you get the reveal as to what's going on, it's done in such a horror movie way. It's done in such like a horrific way where they are discovering something and then they come to the realization, and then like they realize it's too late, and there's stuff that's happening. They're like, oh my God, we have to do something right now. You get insane body horror, you get this tense atmosphere, you get this crazy climax, and then you get this twist ending. And the twist ending has a little flaw to it that I took a little bit of points off, but the twist ending is, not only is it a little bit comedic, it also is a little bit dark. It's a little bit twisted. It's a little bit of dark humor thrown in there, which kind of puts the story all together, and I think it wraps it up very nicely. So yeah, that's kind of the plot synopsis for the book. How do I feel about it? This book basically nails what I want in a Goosebumps book in terms of the unique factor of it being one of the most dark horror movie type books, right? You got this creepy atmosphere. You got this insane tension that happens towards the climax and parts of the book. You have dark twists in terms of some of the characters, some of the body horror. You got some crazy body horror and gore. They even kill a dog in this book, dog death, right? Animal death in this book. That is a thing. There is an animal in this book, in this neighborhood, that dies, right? And what happens to that animal is crazy. You have an insane climax, very intense climax with hints of cults, hints of some type of monster type, a certain monster type I'm not gonna talk about. You have hints of hauntings, you know, and you also have a twist ending with dark humor. And you have even emotional parts in this book where not only do you get emotional parts involving certain deaths, certain scenes, certain tension, certain stakes, you get emotional parts, as I mentioned, with the friends, them having to move away. I like Amanda. I like that idea of her. And overall, the idea of uncovering the mysteries to Dark Falls is a very interesting concept, and it works overall very well. So I would say that this book is damn near perfect. And what am I going to rate it? I would give it a 4.8 out of 5. The only reason I take points off is a little bit of a continuity flaw in the twist ending, but otherwise it's a damn near perfect book. It is so sinister, so well written. It hits everything that I want in a Goosebumps book, and I think it wraps it up in a perfect package. And it was a perfect original 62 first book to be released, and I understand why the parents freaked out, but I'm glad Stine continued, and I'm glad it's here as a piece of history, a piece of memory, and as a motivation that this absolutely amazing book was the start to the series that you and I enjoy so much, and that I'm lucky enough to hear to review today and review in the future, and enjoy the series for what it is. So yeah, a piece of time, a piece of history, and a piece of peak fiction. All right, this may not get a flawless victory, but it gets damn near a flawless victory. This is an amazing book, and I definitely recommend it. So that's my review for Welcome to Dead House. I try to keep spoilers away because I think this is a book that you should definitely experience, definitely read, definitely check out, because it is so goddamn gruesome and sinister that you would enjoy it a lot. And yeah, that's it for my review. 4.8 out of 5. This gets a A+, and this is actually in my S tier for Original 62, and this is currently my favorite Original 62 book. Yes, I've read Say Cheese and Die. Yes, I've read Haunted Mask. Yes, I've read Werewolf Fever Swamp. Yes, I've read Haunted School. Yes, I've read, what was it, a Cuckoo Clock of Doom. This is my favorite book as of right now. So yeah. That's it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Again, be sure to hit that subscribe button. Be sure to hit that like button and comment down below your own thoughts and opinions. How did you feel about this book? How do you feel about some of the original 62 books that come after it? Do you think it holds up to this book? And yeah, what are some of the most nostalgic Goosebumps book to you? You can let me know down below. And yeah, check out some of my other content on this channel. And I will see you all in the near future. That's it for today. Deuces. Why you gotta target dogs, man? Listen, I'm all for brutally murdering children, brutally murdering people, women, men. CIA, if you're watching, just a joke. I meant in Minecraft. I meant in Minecraft, not in real life. You don't gotta worry about what's in the, like that. I didn't make my bed this morning, so it's kind of all fluffy and shit. You don't gotta worry about that. Listen, I'm all for murdering people. What? I'm all for fictionally murdering people, but dogs, that's doing a little bit too much, all right? I hear aggressive knocking at the door. I gotta go, guys. See you.